Imagine a universe where power isn't given, it's earned through battle, pain, and survival. Saiyans are warriors who grow stronger every time they fight, every time they lose, and every time they're pushed past their limits. Every transformation changes you. Every fight pushes you further. And the stronger you get, the less control you have. So today, you're going to experience what it actually feels like to become every form Goku has ever reached. Origin. You don't choose where you begin. Nobody does. One moment, there's nothing. Then there's a pod, cold metal, the hum of something moving fast through darkness. You're small. You don't understand what's happening. You don't understand anything yet. Then the pod opens. Green, everywhere. Trees taller than anything you have a word for. Air that smells like rain and earth. A sky that isn't black anymore. It's blue. You've never seen blue before. You're alone, completely. The world around you is loud with life, and you are the only one in it who doesn't belong. An old man finds you. He doesn't ask where you came from. He just picks you up. And something in your chest, something you won't have a name for until much later, loosens, just slightly. You don't know what home is yet, but this might be it. You don't know what you are yet, but that answer is coming. Base Saiyan, you don't belong here, but you adapt faster than anyone expects. The world is big, and you are small, and the old man with the white beard teaches you that the gap between those two things is just training, just time, just showing up every day and refusing to stop. So, you train, every morning before the sun is fully up. Your body responds in ways that surprise even him. Speed that develops quicker than it should. Strength that comes in before it's supposed to. An instinct for movement that no technique fully explains. You're not learning to fight. You're remembering something you were born already knowing. You find friends. That part surprises you more than the fighting. People your age who laugh at things you don't fully understand yet, who pull you into their problems and let you pull them into yours. Someone with orange hair who argues with you constantly, and somehow that becomes the foundation of the most important friendship of your life. You don't talk about feelings. You don't have the vocabulary for that yet, but you show up for each other, fight for each other, and that's the same thing. There's a girl who looks at you differently than the others. You don't know what to do with that. You train harder instead. That becomes a pattern. Your first real fights arrive and they hit different from training. Real stakes, real pressure. Someone on the other side who wants to win as badly as you do. You get hit harder than you thought possible. You get back up faster than you thought possible. Every time you fall, something recalibrates, adjusts, comes back a little more dangerous. You're not the strongest yet. You know that. You can feel the ceiling above you. But every fight chips at it from below. Your power level is rising. Your life is filling up. The loneliness of that first day in the green world fades. Not completely, not forever, but enough. This isn't your limit. You haven't found it yet. Great Ape. You didn't know you had this inside you. That's the worst part. The moon is full. The night is quiet. And then something happens to your body that no one warned you about because no one knew. The Blutz waves hit your eyes, and your biology does what Saiyan biology does. It takes over. Without asking, without warning, you feel yourself expanding, not growing, exploding outward, mass multiplying in seconds. Your vision shifts to red and heat and threat. Everything a target, everything a pressure to eliminate. The part of you that knows people, that laughs with friends, that trains with a man who loves you, that part gets buried under something ancient and enormous. You don't destroy because you want to. You destroy because there's nothing left inside you right now that knows the word stop. That's the thing no one tells you about hidden power. It's hidden for a reason. Some of what lives inside you is bigger than your current self can hold. Bigger than your current self can aim. When it's over, when the sun rises and the form recedes and you're small again, you look at what happened, at what you did, and something changes in your chest. A new kind of fear, not of the world, of yourself. You have something inside you that you don't understand yet, something that needs to be earned before it can be controlled. You're not ready for it, but it's yours. Super Saiyan. This is where everything breaks open, and something new takes its place. You lose someone. The grief hits before the rage does, a hollow, dropping feeling like the ground disappeared. You've been hit before. You've bled before. But this is a different kind of wound. This one doesn't come from outside. The rage comes after, quiet at first. Then, not quiet at all. It builds past the point where thought can organize it. Past strategy, past training, past every system you've developed for processing pressure. And underneath the rage, something else. Something that has been waiting since that first morning in the green world when you were small and alone and the sky was blue for the first time. Something inside you snaps. The aura erupts, gold, violent, electric at every edge. Your hair locks upward. Your eyes go cold, teal, focused on one thing with a clarity that removes everything else. The power level doesn't rise. It detonates 50 times. 50 times what you were a moment ago. Every limit you believed in disappears so fast, you can't even mark where it was. The ki flowing through you is continuous and overwhelming. A sun that stopped caring about scale. You feel everything and nothing simultaneously. The grief is still there. This form didn't erase it. It compressed it into fuel. You're running on loss. And it is the most powerful thing you have ever felt. But the drain underneath it is already present. Emotion is expensive fuel. It burns hot. It burns fast. And the people you're fighting for are still out there, still needing you to be more than this. This transformation changed you. But you're not finished changing. Super Saiyan 2. You've been here before. But this time, it's different. This time, you understand what you're doing. Super Saiyan 2 doesn't arrive with a detonation. It arrives with a correction. Like the first form was always missing a calibration, running at the right power, but the wrong resolution. And now, your body has found the precise version. The aura sharpens. The electricity around you doubles in clarity. Defined, intentional, crackling with actual purpose. Your power level jumps again, twice what Super Saiyan gave you. But the number matters less than what changes around it. The rage that broke you open before gets compressed here, folded into focus. You're not reacting anymore, you're deciding. Every movement carries intention. You let opponents think they see the pattern, let them believe they've read you, and then you show them the gap between what they calculated and what you actually are. You're not just stronger, you're sharper, more here, more you. For the first time, the power doesn't feel like something passing through you. It feels like something that belongs to you. Your relationships have shaped you more than any technique. The people you fought for, trained alongside, refused to abandon. They're part of what gives this form its edge. You're not just fighting with power. You're fighting with everything those connections built inside you. But something underneath it all is still moving. A frequency just below your current reach. Louder every time you push. Something inside you is still building. Super Saiyan 3. Your body knows this is too much. You do it anyway. The transformation resists from the first second. Kai spiraling outward uncontrolled, atmosphere reacting like something large is being torn open. Lightning fractures the air. The ground beneath you breaks before you've done anything. This form announces itself whether you want it to or not. Your hair extends far. Your presence expands past your body, past the immediate space, past what the environment was designed to absorb. Power level entering territory that no longer compares cleanly to what came before. Every strike lands with geological weight. Shock waves from your movement alone are enough to reshape what's around you. You're operating at a scale that makes the earlier versions of yourself feel like a different person entirely. But the cost is immediate and serious, and it doesn't wait. This form drains your life force, not just your energy reserves, but something deeper. You can feel it pulling. Minutes inside Super Saiyan 3 stretch like hours. Your body holds the form, but with effort, you can feel in every cell simultaneously. This is the absolute ceiling of what raw physical Saiyan evolution can produce. And standing at that ceiling, you can feel something on the other side of the wall. Not bigger, not louder, different in a way that doesn't translate to numbers. The next thing you become doesn't come from your body at all. Super Saiyan God. Something shifts, and for the first time, it goes quiet. Super Saiyan God doesn't announce itself, it settles. The aura pulls inward. Your breathing evens out. The energy that always pushed outward, straining, surging, consuming, starts moving in a different direction entirely, deepening instead of expanding. Your hair returns to its natural state, a red tint, a quiet glow. Nothing about this looks like what came before, and that's the point. This is God Ki, not amplified Saiyan energy, something different in nature, not just scale. Your perception opens in a way you don't have a framework for yet. You start reading combat before it fully happens. Intention, pressure, movement. Arriving in your awareness ahead of the moment, like time has a margin, and you've just gained access to it. There's a stillness in this form that feels related to something you've been building toward without knowing it. The years of training, the relationships that forced you to grow beyond what fights alone could teach you. The losses that broke you open, all of it seems to point here, to this calm, this presence, this quality of energy that doesn't need to be loud to be real. The drawback is the window. God power flows through you. It doesn't belong to you yet. You can feel the edges of it, the timer underneath the stillness. But you already know what the question is. What happens when you contain this permanently? What happens when you push it through everything you've already built? You're not done evolving. Super Saiyan Blue mastery feels like this. Steady, deep, and completely in your hands. The aura settles into blue, not electric and violent, layered. Precise at the edges. Calm on the surface with something vast running underneath. This is God Ki, running through the Super Saiyan framework. Not leaking through, not borrowing through, but contained. Yours. Controlled. Your power level rises again. Greater than God form in output. But output was never the whole story. The discipline is the story. The fact that you can hold this through a full fight. Suppressing it to conserve releasing it completely at the exact right moment. Working the gap between those two states with intention. That's what separates this from everything before it. Every relationship you've built, every person you've protected, every morning you chose to keep training when you didn't have to. All of it lives inside this form as discipline, as the capacity to hold something this large and aim it precisely. The form requires constant mental engagement. You can never fully release the focus, but you can work with that. You've been working with that your whole life. Your power level is controlled, God tier, and disciplined. The version of you that woke up alone in a green world could not have imagined this, but something reckless is already doing the math. A multiplier, a stack, a risk you know the price of and are considering anyway. You haven't reached your final form yet. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. You knew this would cost more than you have. You decided that was acceptable. Kaioken layered on Super Saiyan Blue is not a technique. It's a calculated gamble with your body as the currency. You're multiplying God-level ki through a system built for a different order of magnitude. The risk isn't hidden in the details. It is the details. The aura detonates. Blue deepens and a red surge ignites around it. Violent, unstable, two systems fighting for the same space at the same time. Your power level spikes past anything in this range. The numbers stop mattering because your body is now the variable no number accurately predicts. You feel the overload in everything. Bones, organs, the space between heartbeats, where you're holding it all together through concentration and refusal and the specific kind of stubbornness that has defined you since you were small. You're not just fighting the enemy, you are fighting the form, simultaneously. But what it returns. In those moments when everything is open and running at maximum, nothing else here can match. Devastating output. Impossible speed. You are operating past every designed limit at the same time and somehow still standing. You survive it. But something cracks underneath, not structurally, but in the layer where conscious control lives, where strategy runs. where thinking guides the fight. That crack doesn't heal. It opens into something else entirely. Ultra instinct sign. Your mind lets go, and your body finally runs free. The pressure has exceeded what conscious thought can process in real time. Every strategy too slow. Every read arriving a half step behind the threat. The part of you that has always guided the fight through decision-making, that part can't keep up anymore. So something underneath it takes over. The aura shifts. Silver at the edges, dark at the core, flickering like a signal trying to resolve. Your eyes go silver gray, not empty, translating something your conscious mind can't directly access. A layer beneath thought that has been there your whole life. Waiting for the moment thinking became the obstacle. You move in ways you didn't plan. You dodge things you never consciously tracked. You respond to attacks before the decision to attack fully forms on the other side. Your body is reading the fight through instinct, key sense, and muscle memory fused into one automatic system, running just ahead of the present moment. This is the loneliness of that first day on Earth, refined into something useful. The years of training when no one was watching, the pressure of every fight that forced you past what preparation covered, all of it running now, wordlessly through your body. But the form is incomplete. Defense runs clean. Offense still routes through intention, through the old system, and there's a lag, a gap between the perfect automatic response and a fully instinctive attack. You're between two versions of yourself, and that space is the most dangerous place you've ever been. The signal is almost locked, almost mastered ultra instinct. It locks, and the world goes quiet in a way you've never heard before. Not silent, quiet. The kind that lives at the center of something enormous and perfectly still. You're not suppressing anything. You're not focusing. You've moved completely past the act of trying and landed somewhere that trying was always pointing toward. The aura stabilizes. White, clean, a contained warmth around a center that doesn't move. Your hair shifts white. Your face clears. Not blank, free. Free of noise, of performance, of the constant internal commentary that has run underneath every fight of your life. Your body moves in a way that doesn't have a better word than perfect. Attack, defense, positioning, all one thing. No gap between what's needed and what happens. No intention preceding action, just action. Automatic, inevitable. Like breathing, but the breath is the fight itself. This is the version of you that every training session, every relationship, every loss, every choice to keep going was building toward. Not a destination, a state. A way of existing inside a fight, where the fight and you are the same thing. Opponents can't locate the pattern because there isn't one. There's only response. Pure, immediate, complete. This is peak power. But it doesn't feel like power. It feels like arrival. And underneath the arrival, something personal, something that survived all of this, something that perfect silence almost erased but didn't. That something is the last thing you become. True ultra instinct, no announcement, no surge. You just arrive, completely. The silver fades. Something quieter takes its place, warmer, specific, yours. This isn't emptiness wearing your face anymore. This is you, all of you. Finally present in the same place at the same time. The child who landed in a green world alone and looked up at a blue sky for the first time. The boy who trained before sunrise because something in him needed to. The person who built friendships out of arguments and loyalty and showing up when it counted. Every version of you that broke, adapted, transformed, and kept going. All present, all here. All running through the same body that is now operating beyond every limit that once seemed permanent. True ultra instinct doesn't remove you from the fight. It places you fully inside life. Every transformation you pass through was never just about power. It was about becoming someone capable of holding this much without losing what made you want to fight in the first place. You move with the weight of everything you've survived. You hit with the clarity of someone who knows exactly who they are and exactly why they're here. The emotion isn't gone. It's underneath everything, quiet, deep, present the way a current runs below still water. It's not fuel anymore, it's foundation. You don't think about what comes next. You don't need to. You're not becoming anything anymore. You already are.